G'day legends, I'm Felix. I thought I would do some videos for you to show you how to go camping when you're bigger, because things are a little bit more difficult when you're bigger, and anyone that's big knows what I'm saying. Now, I'm not fake fat, I'm real fat. I'm the real deal. So I know when you're going camping you're going to need a couple of little necessities: chair to sit on, a tent to sleep in or something to sleep in, something to sleep on, and a table and a way to cook. I've also got a Cpap machine that I have to use to go to sleep. I find it a little bit hard not to sleep without it, so there are a couple of ways that I use my Cpap machine when I go camping as well, and I'm going to show you all those things in this video. First thing is your chair. There is nothing better than a comfy chair. I do prefer this half moon style shaped one. This is another traditional style camp chair. I've had to get chairs to make sure that they're rated for my weight. This one here is quite high. I do find this one more comfortable though, but you know what? If that's what you like, that's what you like. But when you get a chair, no matter which ones you like, do get one you feel comfortable with. It's just one of those things. It's nothing worse to be camping and you're sitting around a fire or sitting around having drinks or chatting to some friends and you're not comfortable. One thing to take into account when you are camping is with your chair is the size that it does fold up into. Over here, this is the size of the regular style camping chair, I shall call it. It folds up pretty small, but it does take up a bit of space. So if you've got two of these like I have, then you've got to take that into consideration. The big boy over here, that does take up a lot more room when you're packing it up. You need to find a way to carry this around with you. A lot of people are going for those new super lightweight camping hiking chairs. Let me say, if I did get one of those chairs and I used it, I could feel, I don't know, I could feel myself having one of those operations where it's like 48 to 72 hours with a team of surgeons to try and remove that from me after I've used it. And I don't know, I feel like my life is a little bit too busy for those extravagances. So yeah, so I like this one, I really do. You've got your drink bottle on the side here, you've got pockets, but at the end of the day, what really matters with your seat is that it's comfortable. These are really good. I usually go away with friends, so I carry a spare seat with me, but I've also got a camper trailer. So I keep one of each of these in the camper trailer as well, so it makes it just easier for me when I go away. If you are bigger, or just anyone in general, if you're going away with a partner or family or friends, sometimes it's not bad to have a backup chair in case one does perish in your journey. It does happen, things break, and just having a backup there, it's going to make the weekend so much better for you, or your trip anyway. So yeah, that's about chairs. Get something that's comfortable for you. You've got to make it work for you. And when you're bigger, you've got other things to consider that most people wouldn't even normally even think about. But it's about getting out there and enjoying yourself. I've gone through an informative stage of my life, shall we say. Well, I've learned some lessons that have given me character. And I stress, and with anxiety I was eating chocolates and schnitzels. They're they were the go-to to get me through that. But now I've got to do some corrective work to get back to where I am. You know, I'm sick and tired of struggling when I get in the car to put the seatbelt on. You know, you got to fucking try and get it in there, and you know, it just clicks at the end. But it's just, everything is so much harder when you're bigger, and I'm over it. I'm ready now to do the hard yard. So come on that journey with me. I'm going to be doing some camping. We're going to be doing a lot of different activities, outdoor stuff. I'm trying to take back what I lost, getting out there and enjoying what I like and what I used to like, and finding out other things that I do want to do. So that's a start. So we've got your chair, and these are fantastic at home. If you've got a barbecue, you've got friends coming over, if you go to the footy, the soccer or something, you've got a chair to sit on. These do get used quite a bit, so they're not a luxury like most people would think they are. But yeah, that's your camping chair. Probably your most important thing. After everything else, that is, but everything is important, I guess, sort of. But yeah. Okay. Oh, fantastic. Let's talk about how you're going to get to sleep, or what you're sleeping on. I've got a mattress here. I find it's easy for me to sleep on a mattress. It's more comfortable. I've left a protective sheet on for now, but I take that off, I put a sheet on, and I actually get a really good night's sleep. I tried this stretcher. I woke up with spina bifida. It was a bit unpleasant. I think it's just because of my weight. It is rated to my weight. It just did not feel comfortable for me. I have another one as well that I do sleep on a bit better. The one thing with that one though is I do have to have some sort of foam insulation on it, because it's one of those stretchers. It's just like the canvas or the material across. There's no padding or warmth. And I went away camping, and it was a fantastic night, because every 5-15 minutes I'd roll over, I'd be warm on one side, and then my other side would freeze from the heat being sucked out of me from underneath through that. So I was just constantly turning, trying to get warm, and you couldn't. So it was just unpleasant, to say the least. I'm going to start using a mattress for when I go away. I have a mattress in my off-road camper trailer as well. I find it easier to put my socks on if I've got a mattress that I can sit on to do it. I can't put my socks on when I've got like a stretcher like this. It's just one of those things, guys. If you're bigger, you got to think about these things. I want to get out there. I want to start doing stuff. So I've got challenges ahead of me, things that I've got to do to make it work for me, and that's what it is. At the end of the day, you got to do what makes it work for you. I want to start getting back into doing hiking, trail walking, fishing, camping, exploring, all that kind of stuff. So that's what this channel's going to be for, and hopefully you can come along on that journey with me. I am going to be losing weight. I've decided. That's it. It's a mindset thing. It's really hard. I found everyone that is overweight like me that I've spoken to, depression is one of the things that really doesn't help with your weight, and it's not the case for me. I find it really hard with my weight. It's depressing. My depression got me here. At the end of the day, you've got to take ownership of that, like I am, and you need to do what you have to do to get through that. That's all there is to it. So I'll be doing the shakes. I'm going to try and do them for a month and see how I go. I'm hoping I can lose a bit of weight with those. But yeah, I've got my tent here, and I just thought I'd show you. It's got enough room in here. This is the Oz 10 RV5. I've bought it myself. It was on special. They do come up second hand. If you've got tents in your area, and just go down to a camping store, have a look at tents and swags, cots, anything that you think you might be suitable. Go and have a look at them. Make sure that they're going to be able to hold your weight, because that's going to be a big factor with what you buy. it is for me. I've got a rooftop tent, I cannot use it. The ladder wouldn't let me get up in there if I tried it, and it's one of those ones that fold out, and I would probably crack it and break it. So at the moment I can't use my rooftop tent, unless I had a solid metal ladder made up for it. And if I had one of those ones that just goes along the full roof line of my car, so then you could have your full weight supported where it's not half hanging off. It's just reality. I want to get back to being able to use my rooftop tent. That's all there is to it. So if you need to take a single bed to go away camping, or you and your missus got to take 2 single beds when you go camping, guess what? Just do that. Get out there and start camping. Sit around a fire. Get out there and start cooking and eating healthier. And I will be doing some recipes that are better for you. I think the chemicals and the preservatives that they put in foods these days aren't helping us. I'm just going to go back to a more natural way of eating when I've got my weight down. Got to be more active. That's what it is, guys. It's one of those hard things, and no one's going to do it but me. No one. So I want to get rid of this. There's just a little bit too much to cuddle at the moment. So yeah. But yeah, I like this tent. If you haven't got a lot of money to start off with, don't go out and go buy the most expensive stuff you can. I think you have to spend some money on getting a good chair. You can pick them up second hand. Just make sure that the weight's all good on those. But you can pick up second hand tents. Don't go spending a fortune. I think one of the most viable ways to go camping would be a camper trailer. Because if I've got my chairs with me, I need that extra space in the trailer because I've got camera gear that I'm taking away camping. It's just, I don't have enough room in my four-wheel drive to take stuff away. You do not need a four-wheel drive to go camping. I'm actually in a national park here at the moment. I'm about 20 minutes away from home. Fantastic. So I've got a lithium battery in my camper trailer. I've got a power board in there. I can actually run fridges out of that. I just run the fridge on my car, so if I've got that trailer or my other trailer, I can actually just hook it up and I've got the fridge in the car that I use. I am thinking about changing this setup here to have a fridge in that. I've got a fridge at home that was too tall. I couldn't get into it. The car was too high. I had to get a step ladder and fall off. I was getting so dizzy being high. After the second rug, it's just, it's all happening. So, another benefit of having a trailer with all your camping gear, because I store all my camping gear in that trailer at home. I don't unload it, I put it in there, is that if there is an emergency, say you've got a bushfire or there's a flood coming or a storm warning, and you've got the missus and the kids, you know what you've got in your camper trailer. You could actually just say to the missus, let's just go away camping for a couple of days and hook up the trailer, get the clothes, get your important documents, and all of a sudden you're not running away from a big storm or a fire or some natural disaster or something. You're just going away camping. You might be going camping in Aunt Judy's backyard till it's all sorted out, but you know what, the kids are not going to be stressed. You've changed your mindset that you're actually just going to go camping. You're not fleeing for your life or fleeing to safety. You can put the pet in the car, the kids in, they can pack some clothes, just get the important documents. Boom. Your mindset changes. You're not stressing, you're not worried, you can take the time. You've got a trailer with all your stuff though. If you had to go somewhere, a caravan park or something, you could just pull up, put your tent up, and everyone's fine. Everyone's safe, and you can pick up some food on the way. But just having all that stuff there, you can just hook it up on the car and you can go. If something happens and you got to go, you got your mindset's all different when you've got all your stuff that you can actually go away for a weekend. So that's one benefit of having a tent. I know everyone seems to be going for the minimalist.
camping experience. My God, I wish I could. But, you know, my chair, I've got camera gear I take away now because I'm getting into my photography when I'm going away and taking photos. It's just a new thing that I'm trying to learn. My brain's not working like it used to anymore. There seems to be a lot of boot up errors. Firmware updates aren't really happening anymore for me. Oh yes, we've got challenges, we've got experiences, we've got experience in life, and we've got some challenges ahead of us too that I've got to work through, and it's the same for everyone. Everyone's got things working against them. Alright, so
Alright, let's talk about getting your Cpap going, because I can't sleep without one of these bad boys. Stops me from snoring, keeps me good. I really do notice it when I don't use it. I feel exhausted. Everything here is mine. So I bought this DJI 1000 power unit. This is my brother-in-law's 24 amp hour supply battery pack, and I've used one of these before. So when you're using one of these, you do have to plug it in with a cigarette lighter. I do have the cigarette lighter attachment. I've also got a cigarette lighter 12 volt extension. So the first couple of times I've gone camping, I do have a lithium set up in my camper trailer over there. And as long as the tent was close to the trailer, I could run power to it and camp that way. But I found in some sites, like especially here, I can't put the tent up where I would like and have the trailer close enough. So I have looked into what suits me. I did like the DJI unit. I bought that myself, full price. The reason I got that is that DJI, I find, do make good products. It's reliable, it's well made, in my opinion. Do your own research. I'm not saying go out and get one. This is what works for me. For me, myself, on a night, from 100% it goes down to 71%. You can also use one of these. These come in different sizes, but you've got different models out there. So you don't have to use this one, but there's like a 36 amp hour. This is a 24. My brother let me, just to give an example. I've also power when it's out at home. Annoying as it is, this has got me through the night one time at home. So it's not just for camping. If you have a power blackout at home or something happens, you can still run your Cpap machine at night with one of these or this, and let you have a good night's sleep, because I feel stuffed if I don't. So have a look at which way you think is going to work better for you. If I was getting something like this, I would definitely get the 36 just to make sure you've got enough. If you've got two people and you both got a Cpap, this would work. This would work. You can get different ones of these. I don't think they make these anymore. This is an old unit, but I've used that one before in the past when I've had a power blackout or something. So that's going to get your Cpap through the night. I regularly get this down to 71, 74% with 8 or... I am sorry about the noise, everyone, if you can hear. It's like there's some school kids camping here. My God, so loud. Screaming, yelling, fighting. Bit of biffo over there. Fucking, it's good stuff. Awesome stuff. Alright. As I said earlier, I'm trying to lose some weight. I'm trying to be less of me. Going to do that with these weight loss shakes. I've used them before in the past. They can be quite effective. You've got to be honest with yourself. So this is my first one of the day. It's in the afternoon. Let's have I find these shakes, they do work for me. Flavour doesn't really bother me. I don't drink coffee or tea. I'm one of those freaks. So with these, they are a meal replacement shake. So instead of having breakfast or lunch or dinner, you have these. I find they do work better when you do it for every meal. You do need to still eat some solids, and there are things that you should and shouldn't eat. This is all I'm having for this trip. So exciting. It took me a while to get here with this. It's going to take me a while to get back, but every journey starts with one step, everyone. And I, Felix, I've had enough of being a fat boy. Oh, look down there, there's an aeroplane flying over here. Wow, this... Jesus. Holy dooly, there has been so much noise here camping. But it's actually good to get away. It's nice. It's usually quiet. I'm not going to probably worry about the fire tonight. But yeah, with the camping as well, I'm going to be showing you different recipes, wholesome foods that we can be eating to lose weight. Wow, never thought I'd be saying those words. But come along, it's going to be an interesting ride when I can get my seatbelt in. Oh yeah. Let's have the goodness. It looks like caramel. Who cares? Oh, that was dinner. I just had it. Oh, actually, that might have been coffee. These do work. I wouldn't be telling you if they didn't. I don't think it really matters which one you get. I find this is one of the easiest ways for me to lose weight and the quickest. Another thing that I've done to help myself lose weight is I went and bought a G-Shock with a step counter on it. So that way I can put this on during the whole day and I can just see my steps all the time. And I've got to be more active. You've got to be active. You've got to be walking. You've got to be doing stuff. Doesn't mean you've got to go walking. You could be working in the backyard. You'll be tidying up your shed. You just got to be more active. But I find this is really good. I'll look at it and I'll go, oh gee, you know, I've only got 8,000 steps by lunch. You know what? Let's go for a 30-minute walk. See if we can get over 10,000 for lunch. It's that little mindset that with me, seeing my steps, just as easy as looking at the time, is really helpful. It just gives me that extra oomph to get up and go for a 20-minute walk, 30-minute walk, just to get out there, just to do something. You've got to do what you have to do to get through it. It's going to be a hard thing. I do like eating. I do like food, obviously, but we're starting a journey. Come with me. Alright, well thank you for this first episode. It's a bit short. I had a list of stuff I've written down. I don't know. So you now know you can take a Cpap machine, different ways of powering it to get out there. Make it happen, people. No one's going to make it happen but you. It's the hardest thing. And excuses don't matter at the way. I'm sorry for the noise, my god. Oh, anyway, thanks for coming along.